Alright, have you ever collected comic books and you had like issue 0 and you're like, what the heck is issue 0 all about? Well, this is issue 0. Okay, this is issue 0 of youtube.com/cannedmushrooms. So, let me kind of dispel some things. One, this channel is all about growth. It's all about technology. It's all about thinking outside the box. Okay? It used to be very heavy into video games, and it still is, sort of. But what I realized is, one thing, you have to be bigger and broader than that. You know, once you get to a point of doing 3D, you're like, okay, so I got this model, you know, it moves around, good. I could script it to move around, good. And then you realize that, you know, what really comes down to, for me, it was about, like, I needed more practical applications of the world. I needed to be able to interact with objects, see them, move them around. And we're not just talking about inside only software. Okay? It's also about motivating students. Because really, when it comes down to it, is like, you have these students out there that are just wandering around, and they're like, gosh, I don't know what to do with my life. I just don't know. I deal with these all day long. Like, I have so many students, you don't know. And they're all like just in some kind of magical haze that they want to grow up to be something. They just don't know what that is yet. Hopefully they, you know, stumble upon me. A lot of times I release my channel into a classroom and I say, here, you know, show your buddies. Good stuff. But it's about motivating students to learn lots of things, not just how to make video games and how to go into that very saturated game market right now. Okay? So, now, not to go into ranting, but here is a 3D model I made in Blender. Cool. Right? When I got done with it, I decided to print it out on a 3D printer. It's the year 2012. About 6 years ago, my company purchased a 3D printer for exactly $50,000. In 5 years, 6, somewhere around there, it is now $800 to $1,000 to build a 3D printer. In about 3 years from now, maybe 4, I would almost speculate to say that the 3D printer will be the next printer. Remember, I don't know if anybody was around, but when the first printer hit the market, everybody was like, huh, that's cool, I'm going to get one. It's line-fed, tractor, students was typing papers, turning papers in, people were writing down things very quickly, not just typewriting, but actually physically writing it down and sharing it with others on this really lame internet. But it changed the way we communicated. Now, in 4 years, you can't say to me that, you know, having something in your house that can print out good things isn't going to be useful, right? And then when students get a hold of it, they're going to be like, huh, I wonder what I can build. And guess who had already laid out some of the groundwork? That's right. So, that's where I'm going with this stuff, is, you know, the bigger picture. Now, I do have 5 classes I have to develop here shortly in 3D, and that's coming for another college. But for right now, kind of into the motivation with electronics. So if you're willing to come along for the ride, good stuff. If not, put me on the back burner. Come see me in a little bit, and we'll see what else I have available for you. Check this out, though. This needs to see, right? So the next chapter is all about what I can do to get this to see. And here's issue 0 on your shelf, and you're like, should I put it in plastic, or should I put it with a backing board, or should I put it in the bathroom cabinet? It's up to you. For me, I'm all about seeing about sensors and the next chapter. And when 16 weeks roll around for Arduino 1, then I'll go on to something else. This is Chapter 12, and I hope you enjoy.